You're doing a lot of new things. I've been watching your YouTube, a lot more with like symbolism and like how you're approaching it, because you're moving away from like less of the book thing.
Well, yes,
Sorry,
I'm doing a bit less of the book thing, a bit more of the teaching thing, and it's true that a lot of the teaching is now no longer on YouTube. I'm doing lessons with small groups, which is a little bit more interactive. It's a little bit more rewarding for everyone involved. There's a paywall, unfortunately. A body of flesh that needs sustaining. so yes, there is a price attached to that, and I hope that my service to the community by my free YouTube video, is a good start. I hope that it's given something to the community. But yes, now I'm moving on to engaging the people who've really enjoyed those videos and who want more, and we're diving a little bit deeper in live lessons. Do you call them webinars? No, they're actually workshops, because people get to do stuff, right? There's quite a lot of guided visualization, a lot of people are creating talismans live there and then during the class, and it's quite nice. I can engage with them individually. They can ask me questions directly, just in a way that's not possible with a YouTube video, right? You can put a comment, of course, but then there's so many people commenting, and so nice little controlled environment, and it's just so lovely. It's just so lovely. I'm enjoying, teaching's my passion, right? I love doing it so much, and it's just bringing some light back into my life, and I love it so much. And it's great.
And what can they learn, Dennis? Who is seeking you out, or
right? Well, there are various types of workshop, but one series that I've been doing has been the magic and mysteries of the classical planets. So we've done, what have we done so far? We've done Saturn, we've done Venus, we've done the Sun, right? Apollo and cohort, and we are currently doing Mars at the time of recording this, right? So I'm going to be giving the second and final class on that tomorrow. So yeah, to give you an idea, we're digging into some of the mythology around the deities that represent that planet in various traditions, with a heavy focus on the Greek, and we're learning some lessons from those myths, right? We're learning some lessons on how we can apply that into our lives, how we can fix certain areas of our lives, because the 7 planets, I think of the 7 planets a little bit in the same way as I think about the 72 angels of the Shem HaMeforash, in the same way as I think about the 4 elements. It's a way of taking the whole and dividing it into studyable parts, right? So it's like taking divinity. You can go, okay, it's just God. Or you can say, okay, well, it's this aspect of divinity, or it's that aspect of divinity, that aspect of divinity. And I like that way of breaking it down into manageable chunks, so that if there's an area of your life that is going wrong, I strongly believe in being able to apply our spirituality in a material way. Right? It's not the only aspect of spirituality, of course, but it is an important aspect of spirituality that gets missed. I think that if we can work out what area of our life is being affected and which area of divinity it relates to, then we can get a better idea of how we can fix this area of our life, and it works really surprisingly well. So yeah, that's the magic and mysteries of the planets. Yes, Bjorn, sorry.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that. What I find, where you are so talented, but what I find especially a real strength of you, that you can explain something so complex. So I'm also into esoteric stuff and all that. So it's complexity, but you can explain it in a way that it's manageable.
That means a lot, Bjorn. Thank you. Yes.
So I can imagine if you can take people in such a project and learn them something like a personal development stuff, like things. Yeah, I think you are the most suitable person to do that.
Oh, thank you.
I really find
I certainly enjoy the process very much, and it seems like a lot of the people who are attending the classes are enjoying it as well. They're returning. I'm very grateful to them, of course, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's not the only type of class that we do. I mean, I try to intersperse these planet classes with some just very straight up practical magic classes. We've done the gods and spirits of money, and we've done finding your life purpose, and we've done just a magician's toolbox, looking at various magical technologies and things like that. I think that the next one I haven't 100% decided yet, but I think that the next one may be about thought forms, tulpas and servitors and so on, and egregores and things like this. And that may be the one that I do next month. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
Definitely.
Can you maybe give a small example, not maybe particularly out of your work, but someone people can something to relate to in that regard of mythology, and how you can apply that in real life, for instance?
How to apply the mythology into our real life? Yeah, I mean, recently we did the Magic and Mysteries of Venus, and there are 3 goddesses who are impervious to Aphrodite's powers. Literally all of the other gods are powerless in front of Aphrodite. She has power over every single one of the gods except for 3, and there are 3 goddesses, and they are Athena, and Artemis, and Hestia. And we dug into a little bit of what those 3 goddesses represent. And for example, Athena is very cerebral, right? She's very much in her head, and so this is something that you can use, of course, to overcome the powers of Venus if you're very affected by them, but it's also something that you can do to work out why Venus isn't working very well in your life. So we approach it from 2 different perspectives. You know, if you want to overcome a venereal attack, I mean, that sounds really bad, but venereal just meaning of the quality of Venus, right? So I don't know, you're madly in love and it's a problem for whatever reason. You know, there could be many reasons why you might not want to be in love with a particular person, right? Well, the way to overcome that might be to get into the energy of Athena. So really thinking about it intellectually. Hestia is all about Hestia is the goddess of the home. She's the goddess of the hearth, and so yes, you know, staying at home isn't great for your your dating chances, right? You know, keeping yourself hidden, keeping yourself in your day to day, and not kind of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and things like this, and so you know, we do various guided visualizations, various processes of embodying various deities, various energies, and so on. And who is the third one? Artemis, of course, who is wildly independent. So yeah, she's the third one. So for each of those 3 goddesses, we looked into how we can harness it when it's useful for us, and how to also overcome it when it's getting in our way. So there's a little example, just little bird's eye view.
That's something really powerful, because feelings or thoughts or concepts really get a face and get tangible.
Absolutely,
and
exactly.
That's maybe something small, but it's so big. That's really big, because 100%. Then you can comprehend it.
People relate to people, and the gods are a personification of an aspect of life, right? They're a personification of an aspect of divinity, of an aspect of what it's all about, and we can relate to people, and we can understand people. And when we learn about Aphrodite and all her her gifts, her difficulties also, it helps us to think about a particular area of our life in a maybe in a more relatable way, in a way that can be managed, in a way that can be contained, and you can it also gives us a sense of agency, maybe, when we can appeal to an aspect of divinity that is personified because you're speaking to a person and there's something that people can relate to. Yeah, you know, when you're doing divination over a particular aspect, you can ask that divinity and feel like you're having a conversation, you know, and are you just feeling like you're having a conversation? Are you actually having a conversation? It doesn't matter. The end result is that, you know, it's useful and it works. That's that's great. Incredibly offensive to some people, but it's the way I approach it. Yeah, if it works, it's
but that definitely works. I'm pretty much sure of that. You know, I can relate to many other concepts. You know,
very chaos magic approach, right?
I like that. I like it.
Hopefully not too disrespectful, but again, chaos magic isn't about being disrespectful. It's about precisely being respectful, but also being open to the idea of one way not necessarily being the only way, which is, as you know, dear to me.
Yeah. And if I explain it that way, I'm thinking like a Swiss pocket knife. You know, it's more than just one function. So
yes,
you can just see it as philosophy as well. You probably know that better than I do, but there is also these concepts like the higher Venus, the lower Venus, like back in the days. So that people think about a certain concept about love, and then it's almost that they somehow think about but what is the impact on the spectrum? So love is something good, but too much love, less love, you know, and how does that map out? So
yeah. It gives you it gets us out of the idea of a pure concept, right? Because people are fallible, people make mistakes, but people are also complex, and so it's not just this is like this. It's like this is like this, yes, as long as these conditions are like this or like that, and everything it kind of interplays like it does with people. So I like.
Sounds like a constellation.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Oh goodness. Now you're getting onto astrology.
Exactly. I know, more complicated.
Astrology is quite big on my mind at the moment. It's something that I'm, you know, when you have ADHD, you kind of latch on to whatever your brain's latching onto. You don't get a choice what it latches onto, and you kind of go, oh, okay, it's astrology now, fine. But it's a difficult one because astrology is one of those things that takes a lifetime to master, right? Can you master astrology? Can you master astrology?
Yeah. It's too complex.
I'm not sure. Morgan, you're into astrology?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read charts. I do, especially lately, the fixed stars. You know, so like
complete area.
Yeah, like recently I was reading about Capella. You know. And that the chariot constellation, and then how it's in your chart, but how they saw it in ancient times, because it's one of the Bohemian stars, you know? Like you said, it's too complicated. It's like there's so many layers upon layers, but it's fascinating because, you know, that one brings you fortune, but then other stars in the constellation bring sudden death. So it's like, you know,
they're always there, aren't they?
Yes.
John, what's your take on astrology?
Well, I'm not an expert as Morgan and as you are, but I'm
not an expert. Definitely not.
But you know, my overall weakness, if I compare it to other things in this era, it's not much. But I know classical things, you know, like the 7 planets and all that, and how this maps out and mystery traditions and all that. But what I especially find interesting, so it was never my first go-to, but it's always on the fringes. You know, if you read like Vitruvius, for example, you know, and how he built like a city, but then he made it, and this is this hermetic idea, as above and so below, and he made like the city like the constellation of the planets, you know, where the artillery should be in that place where the Mars is, you know, and such things.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And you're completely right. I mean, until now, I've known about just enough to be able to do magic, right? And to do magic, you need to know the 7 planets. It's classical planet. It's helpful if you know your 12 zodiacal signs. It's probably a good idea to know what a house is, although I don't even think it's necessary for most magic. And that's aspects, of course, right? The difference between a trine and a square and things like this, right? That's what you really need. But recently I had a Vedic astrology reading, which is why I'm wearing this silly thing. I'm saying silly thing. I don't think it's silly.
Of course not.
It's pearls. Quite difficult to find something vaguely masculine looking with pearls. But the astrologer, Avi... this is embarrassing. I don't remember his surname, but he was a fantastic guy that I met in Glastonbury, and he a Vedic reading for me. And I don't know, some people listening to this might know that I'm a big fan of Sphere and Sundry. Also, Sphere and Sundry make talismanic materia. So I know that the proper word is talismatic. To talk about talismans, they use the word talismanic for. They use Vedic and Western astrology in ways that I don't understand. Right? Austin Kopok is like one of the big leaders in the field of astrology. But what I do know is that their materia feel very powerful. Right? I've been using them myself. I'm not trying to make a big advertisement for Sphere and Sundry or anything, but it's surprising how powerful these and they make bath salts, they make colonias that you can just cleanse yourself with and stuff. They've got waters and things like this, so you apply these products and you enjoy the energies of that moment in time, right? So they create these items and they ask for the blessings of various entities at a very, very, very specific time called an election. And they elect the moment in which they're going to create these items. And then this item is born, basically, with a birth chart, right? The birth chart of that place and time, right? And then you receive this item, and it's like, when you've got a friend who's really good at finances and just talks about finances from time to time, and suddenly you realize that you're learning just by being close to them. You see how they're living their lives, and it kind of rubs off a little bit on you. It's like that. So it's some material that you're applying onto yourself that gives you a little bit of that astrological condition. It happens to be particularly good for healing, or it happens to be particularly good for becoming more authentic, or it might be very good for showing yourself. It might be very good for love or for money or for the other mundane things that people might be looking for. So there's mundane stuff and more theurgic stuff as well. But I'm very, very interested in that stuff at the moment. There we go.
That's fascinating. Yeah.
It's just I'm a little intimidated at how much there is to learn.
There's just so much. It's just like picking one area and running with it, because there's too many areas if you're going to try and learn them all. You just gotta
which is a gold mine for someone with ADHD like me. I'm like, I can never learn it all. Yes.
That's good.
Let me try anyway.
Can you ever grasp astrology? You said as a whole, but that is the question: can we ever grasp life as a whole? But I don't think so. But it's like, maybe if we like seek, and and seeking is like the path or the aim of life.
And I think that this is just the same as any other area of magic, where if you search hard enough, you'll find an opinion that is the opposite of the opinion that you've been studying. Right?
Yes.
Whatever it is that you think that you've learned, There's going to be an opinion out there that says that thing, just do the opposite, because that thing will never work, or that thing is just wrong, or this, this other way is the best way to do it. And it's every single aspect of magic. The way I think about it is that, and this is something that I say regularly, so it's something that maybe people who watch what I do, they will know that I think this, but we are the main ingredient in any magic that we do. I think this is quite visible in, for example, a birth chart, right? If we're on the topic of astrology, it doesn't matter, from the perspective of the sun. It doesn't matter from the perspective of planet Earth. It matters from where you were born, right? So if you were born somewhere and someone else was born somewhere else at exactly the same moment, you will both have different birth charts, because where you were born matters, and it's not the location that matters, it's you that matter, because you are the main ingredient, not the main ingredient in any magic that you do. The magic that works for you is not going to be the same as the magic that works for someone else, and so we have to develop our own magic. We have to make our own way, our own magic. We did the first part of our interview quite a while ago. I don't remember if this is something that we got into last time. But,
No, I recently listened to it because I was gonna. Yeah, just sorry.
It would be a surprise if we dive 2 times in the same rabbit hole. But now I'm curious. What is magic for you?
Let me bring up my usual. This is a definition that I came up with in my courses, which I'm happy with as a working definition. So magic is making use of immaterial resources, sometimes with the help of material tools to appeal to those immaterial resources to reach a desired end.
I like that.
I think that covers everything. I think it covers everything. I can't think of anything that it doesn't cover.
Yeah, I like that.
But if that's the case, then there are a lot more magic than we even realize.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think that communication, talking is putting information from one brain into another person's, but that's magic. That is
abracadabra.
Indeed. Yes, I create as I speak. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely, just ideas, especially what you're going to spark in someone else.
That's right. I mean, we call it magic because why not? but also, it's just not an area of study that has been particularly appreciated in the West, right? And so it's not very well understood. I think that once it is understood, why not continue calling it magic? Because that's, it's a great name for it. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. We don't have to think of magic as something that doesn't exist that might exist, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking at this same moment. So if we call it magic, then we say it's something separate from ordinary day life.
Yes, I've never.
Is that the case?
Yeah.
And this is my contention. I believe it's not. I believe that magic is very much a part of it all. It's just that the West hasn't decided to study it very much for reasons that we all know, right?
Yeah.
There is also a counter magic with words, because when we name something that we cannot grasp, we maybe cringe it, or we maybe do harm to it.
Oh yes, you're quite right. And I'm thinking now back to the beginning of our conversation about the gods and goddesses representing various aspects. Of course, it's very easy to get dogmatic about that. This thing has happened to me, but it's not possible if you think about the gods that represent this area of life, right? Mm-hmm. No, we do have to keep an eye on what's real. These are symbols. Oh yeah, this is another big thing, isn't it? The danger of falling prey to the dogma of symbols. Symbols are very useful, but they remain symbols. We need to remember that the finger pointing at the moon is not the point. The moon that the finger is pointing to, which matters. If the finger becomes the point of fascination, and the point of study, well, that's fine. But let's not forget that that's what we're studying. We're not studying what it's pointing at. That happens a lot with just with spirituality in general, doesn't it? Because spirituality is so intangible, well, it can be very, very intangible, and so people latch on to the tangible thing, the words, the metaphors, and getting really, really into the detail of the metaphor. No, the metaphor was never supposed to go that deep. Just it's supposed to be a general director.
And there's another thing to it I always find. If you know it, then the mystery is gone. And we need that mystery, I find.
You're right. It is important to remember that it is unknowable, right? So the moment we think that we know it, that should be a clue for us. We're maybe knowing the system. That might be the thing that we know, but the thing that the system is pointing to, that is unknowable. That is it's experienceable. Yes, aspects of it is experienceable, but not knowable in the sense of you can't ever have studied it all. Have observed it all even.
We're talking about not enough time.
No.
It's never enough time.
But if I'm now the devil's advocate and I would ask for you and I say, okay, Dennis, I want to be a student with you, but I cannot learn it all. Why should I then study it anyway? Because I want it all. Because most people, I know why it's not so important, but what would you say?
If you can never learn at all, why learn anything at all? I think that we're all trying to live the best life that we can, regardless of what it can look like. In the case of some people, I think that every single one of us is trying to live the best life that we can, given the choices that we can see. And sometimes those choices aren't very helpful, aren't very useful, and I think that magic gives us more choices, gives us more options. Starbucks telling me that I've got reward points. That's great.
Magic of coffee.
Yeah, right.
I would like to have a coffee.
Me too. Yeah.
It's still early in the morning.
3 a.m.
Yeah. Right. I think that it's important to remember that a little knowledge can be a dangerous thing, right? I think that people just getting started on this journey can very often get carried away. I've learned this thing, I put it into practice, it is the way. Right, that very often happens, doesn't it? You should do it, and you should do it the way I did it. And if you do it any other way, then it's not going to work because it worked for me in this particular way, right? But then, I do think that you should go a little bit further than a little bit of knowledge. But also realize that you can never know it all, which is, by the way, one of the reasons why my channel is called Foolish Fish. It's very, very important to remember that we always remain beginners at magic, right? People have been very offended by this idea.
But why?
I know.
If you can embrace uncertainty, because there's a lot of uncertainty in our life, then you stand much stronger than you always want to be certain.
We agree. That's right. How can you progress if you feel like you already have it all? If if your cup is, how can you fill a full cup?
It's a paradox. It's a real paradox.
Yeah, completely. So it's important to remain foolish. It's important to keep that big Zen beginner's mind, right?
And the fool, and initiation, the fool is like the first and the last stage as well. So you just have to turn around and he's already there. Whilst he's also even like a fool.
Completely. Yeah, I see the fool as far wiser than the wise man.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fool
Which
is a
is,
wise man.
More growth.
by the way, very convenient for me since I can't learn anything to save my life. I'm just going around in the dark going, this feels good. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a very convenient philosophy for me.
Yeah. By the way, also like with the fool and the symbology of the fool, also in like medieval times and all that, often alludes to Mercury.
Sorry, Bjorn, often a what to Mercury?
Alludes to
Yes.
Mercury. Yeah. So that's also why they have like the rooster and all that. That's like an alchemy, but that's like a different take on that, where you have like the feet of a rooster.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know about that. That's interesting. I know that in
The Mercury figure, and because it's like at this foot of the rooster and all that. Yeah.
I know that in the Thoth tarot, the Fool card has got very strong Dionysian energy, and of course Dionysus is god of madness and of genius, chaotic genius, right? It's not organized, and I think that you need to remember how to be in that energy in order to be able to go forward. Yeah. Despite the obvious cliff edge in front of you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Denny, you know that you'll never learn all of astrology. Yeah, go ahead anyway. Good job.
But you bring a great concept. That's really something great. Yeah.
Sorry, Morgan, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I didn't want to interrupt.
I think we interrupted you. I apologize.
That's fine. I know. Yeah.
Yes. Staying foolish. Life goals.
Yeah. Yes. No, I like that. And that's the thing about learning too, though, because as you're learning it, you're utilizing it yourself, because what works for one person won't work for another. So there's so many ways to dive into astrology, so many ways to utilize it, especially when you're putting in aspects of the mythology. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And the festivals too, because they were so strong in the festivals around those things on what represented Mars, what represented Venus, and that's how you would utilize it. Yeah.
So, Morgan, I'm guessing that you might have come from a more Wiccan background.
No, actually, funnily enough, I grew up Mormon, like the strictest Mormon you could possibly imagine. Like,
I mean, not necessarily from your family, clearly.
But then, so everything I did, starting like with teenage years, I branched out on my own with, lots of research, lots of reading, and that's where I did start with, was like the mythologies of it, like Mars Day, it's Mars Day, they're blessing the armies, they send the scapegoat out, because they want to put it all on him and him out of the city, so we don't have anything bad here, those kind of things. But then how do you put that in astrology? How do you use that in a magical aspect of your life? So that's kind of how I, stumbled through it until I started learning, had money to learn classes, because I had to pay for everything myself, so,
The festivals are the reason why I was saying Wicca is because the festivals are so important in Wicca.
Yeah.
And I don't know very much about the festivals, but clearly a powerful aspect to tap into.
Oh yeah. Well, I started reading not the Wiccan thing, but through Ovid, all of his books and all of his teachings, with how because he recorded at the time, he recorded how they did those things and what it would represent. So I was more of a historical one than a magical at first. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get into magic because they like history.
Yeah. No, I definitely, yeah.
I think that if you don't have your shelf giving in to the weight of your Homer and Ovid and the rest,
yeah,
then you're probably just getting started.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, those are all leaping off points to like everything. Sure, you buy.
I spent a little bit of time last year learning about the Arthurian myths also, so coming a little bit more towards the West.
Morgan, listen.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was just talking, yes, we're just talking about this is my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, wait, if it's your favorite, then I've definitely got nothing to tell you. But
No.
I was just in Glastonbury for the Glastonbury Festival, and Caitlin Matthews was speaking there, and her husband John Matthews was there also advertising his latest book, and world authorities on Arthurian magic. They this wonderful Arthurian magic book that they wrote, of course, absolutely fascinating stuff. But yes, a lot of these books over here. I think these 3 tomes. It might be these 3 tomes here, which are the Grail myths, but like the so I got the Chrétien de Troyes, which is quite influential, let's say, in the Grail tales. But then the further medieval writings, French medieval writings on the Grail, just fascinating, very, very weird. Very weird. But reading them, I'm realizing what tune in next week for more kind of, hook kind of thing. These stories were. I mean, they clearly were written as a way of getting people to come back for more, right?
Yes.
They weren't designed to be read in a single sitting. Extremely long sagas, and nothing really ever happens. A lot gets threatened to happen. He almost found. Oh no, he didn't find it. Wasn't there? He gets sent to another castle.
Yeah.
But
find out next week if he's going to get there in the end.
It's true. I feel like for this TV show.
There is so much wisdom in those Arthurian legends. Also, if you see like the symbol structure, and there is always this thing, this fixed concept back in the days, like an imitatio Dei, where you do as the hero in the myth, or do like your gods in order to become those gods, and there is always this process of evolution, going from a beggar, from a wild man to the king. That's also the concept in there. Besides that, there's also a lot of hidden astrology in those Arthurian legends, because the wounded fisherman king, that alludes to Saturn, and there is so many things, and you can read French, which there is also this figure like Tristoise. So, and this alludes to like Mother Earth, who is like a widow, because that what is holy has left. And that's also an item, like the earthly temple and the heavenly temple, and the temple that fell down. So these are all symbols about the same concept, but different layout. That is what's so interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I loved.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they're clearly a way. They were, and still are, of course, clearly a way of passing on mystery concepts in a Christian context. In a very, very staunchly and prohibitively Christian context. Excuse me. Passing on mystery ideas and realizations, I guess.
And there is also a big hidden understream, because they also with like the Indo-European pontifex idea. So the king and the center of the world symbolism is also in there. So there's also a lot of Celtic influence in those legends.
Round table, yeah.
Get a strong just pantheon vibe from the kings, of course, and also from the knights, like each of them representing a different way might be recognized as the core self, the shadow self, the various antagonists, and the way they are overcome, and so on. Rich.
It is fast. Yeah, yeah. They definitely, especially when you dive deeper into each one, because they always talk about Gawain in everything, but then they kind of skip over everybody else. So you got to really dig deep to find the other ones.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
My deep fascination last year was with Parsifal. Right?
Yes.
That was my
Yes. He's like,
the quintessential fool, right?
They also start like a fool or like a wild man always. So they go like from zero to hero. So they go back in the woods like the wild man, and the wild man and the fool is interchangeable symbolically back in the days. And you often see also the same emblematic layout, wearing a, how you call it, I lost the word. Like, yes, such a sticky
the pouch. Yeah, like the, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah.
On a stick, right?
And
Yes.
there was also this idea from the jesters back in the day. They had like this diamond shaped costumes always, and that also alludes to like the green man or the wild man for like its stylized leaves.
Yeah.
You see that there's a lot of overlap. That's very interesting, and you see them both in the Arthurian legend. Or they start like a fool that they made a costume of very big pants and all that. It's not it's not fashionable. But you start someone like a beggar, like a fool, like a wild man in the woods, and then you hear earth like angels, like birds, and then it starts off.
I've just realized that the quintessential green man is Dionysus.
Yeah. I like that. Yes, so much. Yes. Yeah. Another one who hasn't really delved into a lot, but I always found him fascinating. They do that in Arthur too. That's how half of their rituals, they have the masked ones with the green man coming. Like, I know a lot of that. You've delved that deep into the Arthurian books where they actually, yes, okay, you should. Because when they do the rituals, they're always wearing the green man mask, and then, the woman, whoever represents that role, is like the earth, Okay, I'm diving you deeper in there, but it's fascinating. You should read more of it.
That's nice.
So when you brought that up...
It all circles around. I'll be back on Arthurian stuff in a couple of years' time. You'll see.
yeah, that's for...
we will do something. We will do something on that subject, Morgan, isn't it true? Because that's very interesting. And I recently wrote an essay for those events, and we dived also deep into the idea of the devil and all that, and how they got their depiction from heathen gods and all those old concepts. So it's really interesting.
I think Dionysus might be just, I've been doing the magic and mysteries of the seven planets. I think Dionysus is going to be one of like a one-off, because
absolutely.
Having done divination around Dionysus, I was speaking to an entity and I was like, who are you? Trying to work it out. And I've been using this method that's shared by Matthew Venus in his book, Ensouling the Effigy. And I think it's a popular method, but it was the first time that I'd read about it. The way you do it is that you take not a tarot deck, a poker deck, just a regular playing cards, and you shuffle your cards, and you're asking a yes/no question, and you then draw 3 cards. Now, 3 reds, so reds mean yes, and blacks mean no. So 3 reds mean yes, 3 blacks mean no. But then if you get 2 reds and a black, it means yes, but ask more. There's more information. That's not the whole story. And then if you get 2 blacks and a red, it means the other thing, right? So no, it's not exactly no. Just keep asking, right? So
I like that. Plus, I like that.
Yeah, it's surprising. Like, oh wow. So, I was asking for a particular outcome, right? And I was like, okay, I need an entity who can help me with this. And so I was shuffling the cards. Okay, no, I'm just a random entity basically, but I can put you in touch with someone who can get you the thing done. Okay, please. How can I do that? Do you need some offering? Glass of water? Yes. Is that good enough? Okay, good. Glass of water. Boom. All right. Who am I talking to? Is it an angel? No. Is it a demon? No. Is it a god? Yes. Okay. All right. Is it one of the 7 classical gods? Yes, but. Okay. All right. What does that mean? I got into it, and so Dionysus, red, and so I spent a little bit of time chatting. Chatting is Dionysus, so we spent a little bit of time chatting, and it turns out he believes that he is one of the seven. He's not the eighth, because they are the classic seven, right? And he doesn't believe that any of the seven in those seven should not be there. He is just one of the classic seven. There we go.
Of course.
So you got the classic seven, and also Dionysus is among them.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, but that makes sense. That makes sense.
It does. And so I think I will be doing a Magic and Mysteries of Dionysus class as well. The seven classes.
Yes.
It sounds like a pre ayahuasca session.
Yes. If you count the classes, there will be 8, but you shouldn't count them. There are 7 classes, amongst which there'll be Dionysus. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I spoke to Jake Stratton-Kent a few months before he had his stroke. I had the privilege of just having a very brief interaction with him, and I asked him, what is your take on Dionysus? The reason I'd asked is because my name, Denis, literally means adept of Dionysus, right? And he said, well, listen, I don't know very much about Dionysus, which was a lie. And he said to me that, when I was writing Geosophia, the Argo of Magic, his part 2 of the Goetic Encyclopedia, which is already 2 volumes. Just that middle part is 2 volumes. He said, I did a word count for various words that appeared in there, and it turns out that, apart from articles like a, the, we, it, and so on, the most common proper name comes up in these 2 large volumes is Dionysus. It's a volume about the origins of magic. So I think that Dionysus is pretty important, and as we know, he embodies the full.
Oh yeah, definitely. Going back to festivals, they had festivals for him. They had days to celebrate him. Absolutely. Even though we've kind of forgotten him today, but he will not be forgotten.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was quite threatening. He was quite threatening to the status quo. They didn't necessarily like the dyads. Causing all kind of trouble and wailing in the woods and and so on, and just being wild, simply being wild, right? But yes, I mean, what's new? Magic is threatening, right?
But you in archaic society you also see this concept of ecstatic rage or ecstatic trance and all that. These are concepts, and they have a god for that. And once you've grind after astrology and maybe back again through the Arthurian legends, I have still another chunk for you, and you should you don't have to do anything. But and there is something on Spotify. It's like the book of Vitruvius, Architectura. It's like but it's very lengthy. It's like maybe 25 hours. But listening to, and there's this English translation, and there you find, so what I was just saying, how the building of the city should be accordingly with the planets and all that. But he's also telling about the the different pillars, the classical pillars. So the Ionic, Doric, Corinthian, which you also see like in Freemasonry. But he says, okay, but the structure of that, the look or the outlook has to be accordingly to the gods of those temples. And then he was saying, okay, like the Corinthian should be with the Mother Earth goddesses, or even like the Bacchus temple. So like the Dionysus kind of ecstatic. So this was really embedded back in those days. What is that? Maybe in the 1st century even. And these are concepts probably very older than that. You see how they have that hands-on, like those ideas and everything has then we are living in a poor world nowadays.
I think we're working towards a new renaissance.
Absolutely.
The path towards it, I hope it's an easy one. Let's go with that.
I like that.
But I think that
if you say that,
outcome. Yeah, sorry, Bjorn.
no, go ahead.
No.
you're
I said what I was going to say.
I'd rather hear you talking than myself,
yeah, yeah,
so I can learn something. What I say, I
yeah.
already know. I'm pragmatic.
What were
And
you
now I've
saying?
lost it. ADHD mind, I lost it.
I'm
So it's
sorry.
up to
I'm
you.
sorry.
No, that's funny.
I lost it,
Yeah.
really. I'm sorry.
So have I. I don't even know what we were talking about. That was fun, though.
Yeah, trivial stuff, of course, trivial stuff. some chit chat, easygoing chit chat.
Yeah, yeah,
That's right. That's right. Mercury in retrograde still, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Is it?
yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is it even still in retrograde? I don't even know.
Probably. And
Yeah.
normally I'm like, oh, Mercury, it's just kind of how it's going backwards and all these other things. But let me tell you, this has been like the hardest 2 weeks with communication and technology and YouTube. I don't know if you've been having trouble, but
Yeah. Just every bit of technology that could go wrong. It's funny. My father doesn't believe in this stuff at all. Like at all. He's very interested. He's very supportive. Bless him. I tell him that I've just been teaching a class on tarot or whatever, and he goes, "Oh, fine. That's good for you. Good for you." And
Cut your hair and find a real job.
yeah, right. But no. On the contrary, he's very proud that I've found a way of being okay in the world despite being useless.
no.
Teach me all about that.
Just kidding, by the way. He is actually quite proud of me, which is very sweet. Yeah, he was saying to me, Denis, I don't know what's been going on this week. This is a conversation I was having last week. Like everything I touch, like all my emails are being lost. People aren't receiving them. Like my computer's breaking down. I called him and he didn't have his speakers on, so he couldn't hear me. And he was trying to work out what was going on. I actually had to call him on the phone and say, "Listen, turn your speakers on."
Oh, no.
It's very, very confusing. I said, some people in some weird communities believe that when Mercury can be seen going backwards in the sky, it kind of has an effect. And he's like, that's all rubbish. And I was like, when did it start? Started on this date. Oh, well, it's kind of when Mercury went retrograde, but anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I like that.
So
Yeah.
now I'm curious if these forces of nature are so pertinent. What can we do about it? And should we do anything about it, or should we just go with the flow? And
That's a
how
really
do we
good
do
question.
that?
It's one that's quite close to my heart. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Really good question because yes, I think that a lot of people who get into astrology and into tarot, if that's their route, they go from being a perfect muggle to getting into magic via astrology or tarot or any kind of divination system, right? And they get really, really good at that divination system, and that becomes their focus and their practice and their speciality. It's very easy to fall into a fatalistic mindset and to decide the cards say this is what's going to happen. You can't mess with what's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to happen. Versus another crowd who might get into like thaumaturgy, just mundane magic first, right? Or thaumaturgy at any point, even if they got into theurgy first and then got into thaumaturgy, the miracle making, right? And then get into tarot or then get into astrology. You already know that you can have an effect on your life via certain magical technologies. And so you don't have this fatalistic perspective when you get into the divination system, the way somebody who's only got a divination system might develop and then say, well, how can magic work? Because it's all predetermined we can't fight the fates, but we can fight the fates. That's what magic is actually about. And I think that a lot of Vedic astrology, and I really like this about Vedic astrology, is that there's this concept of remediation. Right? So I have an ascendant in Cancer, and that's why I need pearls touching my skin. Ideally in a ring on my little finger, but I couldn't find a masculine-looking ring. I'm a vain bastard, I'm sorry. That would actually touch my skin, right? Where the pearl would actually touch my skin. I couldn't find anything like that, so I thought, is this going to be good enough? Yeah, it turns out perfectly fine. It's remediation. It's about handling some of the things that might set you off balance, right? This is actually something that I talked about in my recent Magic and Mysteries of Mars class, about finding your center, about finding your core, your authentic self, and about working out the things that might draw you away from that, right? Set you off balance. And for me, with an ascendant in Cancer, it tends to be emotions, right? I get thrown off by very strong emotions, and so pearls are supposed to help me to kind of soften those emotions, make them more manageable, make them less in control, right? Put me a little bit more in control of them. Nevertheless, experiencing them, but not repressing them, but also not giving them so much power. And I have to admit, listen, I've been wearing this for 2 weeks now. Extraordinary. Is it a placebo effect? Does it matter?
A placebo is magic. That's the scientific explanation of magic, and they call it placebo.
There you go.
Yeah.
It sounds more fancy, but it's the same.
That's right. Yeah, I have no problem with the placebo effect. It sounds very dismissive, so I don't love it. Right? I don't love talking about placebo effect in magic, but that's exactly what what placebo is. Placebo is magic. But yes, again, whether it is the actual placebo effect at work here, or whether the pearls against my skin have an actual immaterial effect.
And maybe it's
magic.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. What did you say, Bjorn? Maybe it's
both.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it is.
I'm always going to lean towards it's magic. It'll always be magic, because I'm always going to sit with the possibility of always magic.
Exactly this, Morgan. Yes.
Yeah.
Strongly agree.
Absolutely.
So I working with how much more prominent in my picture my kitchen is than my bookcase.
Oh no,
If I move over here.
Yeah, there you go. The center thing. Yes.
Much better.
All that camera angles, so you can get like the best possible thing,
Right.
Do that. I like that. No, I actually did the Vedic astrology through someone named Merlin, actually, who taught that.
Oh,
nice! Just the right kind of initiation. Nice.
Yes, because he did like you did. That was one of the first classes I took with you, was making your astrology, like using talismans with the astrology, using them as guardians, or making something like that. And that's my favorite part of astrology too, is actually like hands-on working with it, or making a birth chart.
Useful, right? Practical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just going, oh, Saturn's in my second house. No money. Oh well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm learning more and more about leaning into a birth chart as well, about accepting where things are in your birth chart and making your plans accordingly, right? Okay, I'm going to have a problem here, so I should make provisions for the fact that I'm going to have a problem here. I shouldn't embark on a project that's going to assume that I'm going to be great with money, right? If I've got Saturn in my second house. I can't look at someone who doesn't have Saturn in their second house and go, why can't I have what they have? No, I should be doing my own thing that assumes that I have the birth chart that I have. So it's more like forewarned is forearmed, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With tarot, everything, absolutely. It's like that, yes. Especially like you said, it's so individualistic. And I think that's the one thing people forget is that everything you do is how you're going to do it. Very individualistic, and you shouldn't look to another person or look to how somebody else is doing it. Like, it's a study of yourself. And I know that throws some people off a lot.
I think you can absolutely, completely, Morgan. I think that you can absolutely look at someone else and go, wait, they're doing it like this, and I think that could work for me. Like, that's valid. I'll try it out. Oh yeah, no, turns out it doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, right? Or maybe, wow, so glad I tried that because that's now part of my toolbox, right?
Yeah.
So yes, but then to go, this person is doing it like this, and I can't get it to work for me. What's wrong with me? Let me try it more. Let me keep pushing. It's not working. Why doesn't magic work for me? No. It's like no. We need our own stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's also difficult, I think. So we all teach, and the thing is here, I totally agree what you are saying, but on the other hand, if you look at it in a pragmatic way, people do need some mentorship. So for some kind of reason, that's at least as I think, and you are free to disagree, please say so. But I think it's also important that you somehow teach people, okay, do it this way. And when you grasp that, then make your own thing on it. Because if you start somewhere that you anything goes, then I'm afraid that a lot of people won't make it and they will be disappointed.
There's always the foundations, learning the foundations, like you said, of what the zodiac is, of what the houses are, of what the signs are, the trines, and that, like, you're giving them the foundation of exactly what everything means. And then once you've got that basics, taking it in your direction, So
I strongly agree. And in fact, to a lot of people who are just getting started, I'd say to them, learn a system. Get into a system, fully invest in that system, let that system become your system for a while. Keep in the back of your mind that you will then need to break away from that system and make your own system. But do get into a system and learn that system deeply and let that system completely take over so that you know what it feels like to be in a system. But also do assume that that system is not your system, because your system needs to be the system that you create for yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's
But a system will give you an idea of what's possible. A system will give you an idea of what does and doesn't work for you. A system will give you an idea of what to look out for, to avoid, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Sounds like classical mentorship.
No, definitely. Yeah. You always have to learn what the thing is, like even bicycle riding. You've got to learn how to ride a bike, but then you're going to decide if you want the mountain one or just around the neighborhood or, city biking. Same with anything you do. Yeah.
But it always takes two to tango. It's like the mentor and the student. You also have to have a good vibe. And not everything goes maybe.
Now, I have this aversion to authority.
Me too.
Yeah. I think that it's quite common in the magical environment, which is why I very often, unfortunately, see many magic groups getting quite toxic. Because everyone wants to be their own authority, and a group is precisely about people under the tutelage of a person, and then it becomes, why are you the favorite? I should be the favorite, and also this person should be in charge. I should be in charge, etc., etc. So I avoid groups like the plague, but I know that a lot of people need groups in order to thrive, right? They need the support and example of people around them. They need to be able to bounce off other people, right? To bounce off the environment, to have other people hold them accountable and things like this. So I certainly don't discourage people who feel like they need a group from joining a group. But yes, this is why I have books. Books is like having a mentor who can't talk back.
Yeah.
But
I'll take what
a
you
good
offer. Sorry?
sparring round. So a good sparring round now and then does sharpen your abilities.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So it's also important to have conversation with other magical practitioners. I guess that's the reason why I set up the Foolish Fish Discord community, which, by the way,
and everyone.
Patreon members get free access to. Not free access is the price of the Patreon, which starts at $2 a month. There we go. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
But yes, it gives you access to other practicing magicians, so that you can then say, this is what I'm doing, and other magicians can say, they can't say, don't do it like this. They can't say you should do it like that, because we've got rules within the community. You can't tell someone what to do, what not to do. But you can say, this is what I would do, right? You can ask for advice and then receive advice. If someone's not asking for advice, and you're not allowed to give them advice if it's unsolicited. Yeah, we've got very strict rules. But yes, it is important to have some sparring from time to time, just as you say, Bjorn. Yeah. Just be able to bounce your ideas off other people. I think it's in a controlled environment, in a respectful environment where people aren't being dismissed for having a different kind of magic from someone else.
Definitely. Yeah.
You do a great job. You do such a great job. Also, your YouTube channel and all that. I have to admit, I have not seen all, because I have to be strict and what I consume, because I have the same brain as you. So I have to make 4 publications this year, and so I'm very restricted. And so once in a while, I watch an episode of in your YouTube channel. But from the moment that I have my hands free, I will see them all. But I can definitely really advise, and not that you are sitting here, but really like genuine. And I don't say this often, and Morgan knows that from behind the scenes. I really respect your work. So
thank
really,
you so much, Bjorn. That means so much. Really. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you for so much. So much.
Yes. Yeah.
It's good, and that has to be called out. It's good. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Everything you do is always magical. It's amazing. And you learn something every time, especially how you see things. I like that, the magical aspect.
Blessed with a lot of excitement in my life.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I get to share some of that, and I enjoy sharing some of that. You know, even if the experiences are sometimes a little bit weird. It's always material for growth. And I think that's ultimately what it's all about, isn't it? So if I can share a bit of that,
gosh.
I'm always
absolutely.
Is there still another thing that you want to say to the people that we did not ask, or that you want to throw in the world in a magical way now?
I think there are 2 places left on the... I'm just going to do a bit of self-promotion now.
Please.
I think there are 2 places left on the South of France retreat through magicalretreats.com. So that's seven days in the south of France, basically eating a lot of luxury foods, going around places of mystery and power, learning about the divine feminine in the Western magical current. So I'll be teaching for about an hour every day, and then the rest of the day is just going to be having a lovely time. It's for 6, it's limited to 6 places, and 4 places are gone already. As you can imagine, there's a price tag that goes along with that, so please don't be too disappointed when you guys look at the the website. But if anyone listening is feeling particularly wealthy and up for a magical experience, that's going to be pretty cool. My website is foolishfish.net, as in fishnet, you know. And there you can find all the stuff like my Foolish Fishes folk and fairy tale cards of fate and fortune, which I designed.
Fun.
I don't think that's
here we go.
Come on, if I come right up close and then
there we go, perfect.
Okay, and these are
I like
cards
that.
in little tiddly cards, in a tin featuring just lines from fairy tales.
Oh, how fun.
There we go. And
That's great.
I use those for divination.
Yeah.
There you go, and pretty fun. So you'll be able to find those there. You'll be able to find my classes there. You'll be able to book a one-to-one conversation with me there. I can one-to-one conversations is a lot of fun, actually, where people just call me to tell me about their background. I give them some recommendations for their own magical practice and their path ahead, especially for people who like me don't like groups, and but still would like a little bit of guidance. And I can give them some book recommendations. I can read their tarot, basically give them an idea of what would be good for them and things like this. It's we spend an hour together and we have some fun. And let me see, and really the best way to support me and my community is by joining the Patreon. Membership starts at $2, and if you join at $10, then you get a monthly guided meditation, and you get mentioned in my daily. I have a daily magical practice of asking the planetary spirits and entities of the day to bless me and this and that and this and that and this and that person who has asked for the blessings from the $10 tier of members. $10. And all of Patreon members get access to the Discord, which is just the community where we share everything from pet pictures, but it's mostly magic related stuff. Yeah, there's various categories. One of the categories is just social, sharing memes and stuff, but most of it is aspects of magic, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, looks like it. Because on YouTube, it gives you little blurbs of what you can do. And I didn't mean to do that because the bread one looked really interesting, where you had to pick a symbol.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that quite a bit recently. I've really been enjoying that. So I've been transitioning on my channel from what I've traditionally been doing, a lot of book reviews in the past, right? I made an announcement that I won't be doing any more book reviews, although I do still have one or two books that I still have promised that I was going to review, and I will review those. But I need to have the freedom to read whatever I want in order to be able to continue growing, in order to have something to offer, right? If I'm just reading the latest new releases, then I'm constantly reading the new thing, because the latest new releases are always naturally about introductions to magic. Got my introduction to magic.
Yeah.
I'm good. So I just need to have the freedom to read whatever I want. And so I'm not doing that anymore so much. I'm doing a lot of tarot reads, so kind of difficult to read for a large audience. And so what I do is that I pick 3 symbols, and I encourage people to pick a symbol at the beginning, just intuitively, and then to head to this section of the video where I'm reading for that symbol. And people have been responding really, really positively, saying that it's been very helpful for them, and that's the point, isn't it? Yeah. Just be as practical as I can, right?
Yeah, but that's good. That's a good thing, The more practical that you can make, and I think that's you are the real ultimate guy for that, to make something complex, to make it simple.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bjorn. I appreciate those lovely words. You're very kind.
Yeah. There is your task. Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this other very inspiring
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I've enjoyed both sessions so much.
Yeah, we too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely us too. It's fun. And once we do the Arthur thing, we'll circle back on the Arthur.
Yeah.
I meant in future, not now. No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is not the last. This is not the last time you are obligated to come back. Now you know. But for now, we wish you a lot of success. I hope that your retreat in the south of France will be a quick. I'm Kendall, so I will be looking right away to the website. So from the moment, I will make sure that I keep updated from that because for me it's not that far, and from the moment that I have the chance, I will be at one of your events.
Because it sounds
can
amazing.
expect that in the future.
Yes.
Great stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
As I say, it's not cheap. I'm not the one organizing. I don't get a say there, but yes, just to set your expectations, it's not within the reach of most mortals.
Oh, definitely. But you're offering, but what you're offering is this experience to like dive deep, actually at location and learn about all of these things. Like have that aspect, like from instead of reading the books, now you're like living the history. So that's an experience in itself. That's worth it.
Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Right.
Success. Everyone listening, please follow his socials. Go to his YouTube, Patreon. It's for a very reasonable price for such great information you cannot find anywhere else. So structured and so within reach and so clear. So
yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yes, thank you. It's always good to see you.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Thanks. Bye.